The small town in Idaho is drawing in so many people from out of state to move to Idaho. From the luxury neighborhoods and gyms to the Boise River and the foothills, Eagle, Idaho has become one of the most popular suburbs in all of Idaho. And here are the true and honest reasons why I wanted to move to Eagle, Idaho and why I love living here. My wife, of course, has very different reasons, so these are from my perspective. So the first reason I love living here is all the local farms. I can buy grass-fed beef with no antibiotics added, can pick up my own apples and cherries, and grab fresh fruit straight from the source. We get local eggs, fresh milk, and produce that hasn't been sitting in a warehouse for weeks, and a lot of the farms don't drench everything in heavy pesticides either. Many use more natural or organic spray methods, or simply don't spray at all and you're kind of tromping through the weeds to pick your fruit, which I would rather have than knowing my food was just doused in pesticides. And for the strawberries, they're actually real strawberries, not those oversized water-inflated ones you grab at the grocery store that barely taste like anything. When you pick your strawberries local, they actually literally taste like candy. My daughter loves them. We have to pick enough so on the way home, my daughter can eat probably 30 to 40 strawberries just on the way home. It's absolutely amazing how many you can eat when they're the small ones that actually have good flavor. Something really cool that has come into Nampa is the Farmhouse Front Porch. It's a community-focused farm-to-table market where you can find locally sourced grass-fed beef, raw milk, organic produce, free-range eggs, pasture-raised poultry and pork, and other wholesome products with trusted producers that within 30 miles of Nampa. And it's pretty much set up like a grocery store. You have a membership and then you show up and you can browse through the store, pick things out that you want. It's really, really cool, and its whole goal is to connect customers with real fresh food that's much closer to where you live. It's a true farm-to-table experience that you won't find at a typical grocery store, and I truly do love it. I will say it is about a 40-minute drive from my house, so we try to maybe go once a month, stock up on what we need from there, but either way, it's cool that I can even go to a place like this. So the next reason I really enjoy Eagle, and honestly the entire Treasure Valley, is simply the people. They're just generally kind, friendly, and considerate. There isn't this constant victim, poor me mindset that you feel in some bigger cities or even in North Idaho that we kept running into when we lived up there. People hold the door open, they'll let you merge into traffic without a fight, and if your kid is crying in the grocery store line, someone will actually wave you ahead instead of rolling their eyes or giving you a dirty look. That stood out to me before we even moved here. From the hotel staff to the locals hanging out in places like Da Vinci's, everyone just felt welcoming. I also enjoy how involved the town is in things. When the local fire department put on their open house, it felt like the whole town came out to support. The Eagle Idaho Fun Days are packed with people who are excited to be there. It makes Eagle just a really fun place to live. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Matthew and I'm a realtor here in Eagle, Idaho. My goal with this channel is to give you all the information you need so you can decide if Eagle and the Treasure Valley is the right place for you and your family. Whether you're thinking about buying a home here, relocating here, I hope these videos help you learn about Eagle, Idaho and the Treasure Valley to see if it is the right place for you. And now for the next one, and something that can surprise some, and this is that Eagle does not have a city feel to it. The population of Eagle is about 30,000, and it has that slower, smaller pace of life feel to it, even compared to suburbs of Seattle, suburbs of Denver, or even a place like Coronado Island. Eagle feels a lot slower and just smaller. While I love visiting the city, I have no plans to live in this city. But on the flip side of this, I really don't want to live in a small rural town that has nothing either. Eagle has the gyms, Costco, Target, restaurants, coffee shops, the UPS, pretty much everything I need for day-to-day life, Eagle has. And downtown Boise is 20 minutes away, give or take, which is a huge bonus. For me personally, I was not looking to live in a city or have that very fast-paced life, but if you are, then Eagle probably isn't going to be for you. Another thing I really enjoy about living in Eagle is there actually is things to do when you live here. For a town with 30,000 people, there's a lot going on. And then you add in Boise and Meridian and the rest of the Treasure Valley, you have endless things to do. You have the Eagle Idaho Fun Days in the summer, concerts, events at the Village in Meridian, the trips down to the zoo. Downtown Boise is packed with the live theater, comedy shows, and concerts at places like Idaho Central Arena and the Egyptian Theater. Boise State athletic games are a ton of fun. I'm part of the BAA, so we get access to practices and some behind-the-scenes experiences for the university, which is something that we really enjoy and the kids absolutely love. You also have the Boise River Greenbelt for biking, walking, farmers market throughout the valley, a live after 5 concerts in downtown, Spirit of Boise Balloon Classic, the holiday parades, Oktoberfest, and just tons of local wineries and wine bars for those date nights. And when you add in the hiking in the foothills, floating the Boise River in the summer, all the golf courses, the local breweries, and just the constant rotating community events, for a smaller metro area, there's a ton going on and just a ton to do here. It never feels boring unless you really want it to be, and you're just having one of those weeks where you're moping in the house because maybe it's February and the sun hasn't been out for a few days. But if you do like being outside, you will absolutely love it here, and it's another big reason I wanted to move here. I wanted to raise my kids outside, and living in Eagle makes that easy. We can ski at Tamarack, go up to Brundage, pop up to the hour drive to Bogus Basin, or go play in the river. We also love to pop up to McCall so we can go boating, hiking, and just be in the pine trees. It is the thing I miss most about North Idaho is all the lakes and the pine trees. So McCall lets me get that fix. I also love to camp and go fly fishing, roast marshmallows at night by the campfire, and I prefer to find those hidden camping spots, not necessarily the ones in the campground. I like to go up into the mountains, find something that doesn't have any cell service, and that is something I can do pretty easily when I live here. And it was a big deal to me when we were looking for somewhere to live. I wanted something where I could pop up and go camping easily. I was still close to lakes, but I had that smaller pace of lifestyle with everything I need. So when you combine everything you can do outside and the inside activities just around Eagle and the metro area, it gives the perfect balance, especially for being a smaller metro area. We're not the size of Denver, we're not Seattle, we're not San Diego, we're a lot smaller than those areas. So when we lived in North Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Liberty Lake, and really, well, just the whole area isn't run very well. However, Eagle to me is managed and run pretty dang well. Eagle is led by Mayor Brad Pike, and in Eagle's government structure, the mayor works with 4 members of city council to set the policy and the budget, and the mayor also carries out the council directives to run daily operations. And to me, they do a pretty good job. They don't lose track of money randomly like some places do, and they don't post huge deficits at the end of the year saying, oh, you know what, we kind of messed up, city's $3 million in debt. To me, I feel like they're doing the best they can, and they're doing what is best for the city, which does mean a lot to me when I'm moving to a place that I expect to live for the rest of my life. Hey, just a quick message for you, wonderful people looking at moving to Eagle, Idaho, or the Treasure Valley. Rachel and I are here to answer any questions you might have and help you find that place that will fit your lifestyle the best. We'd love to hear from you. Please text, call, or email us. You can schedule an appointment down below. I block out an hour so that we have plenty of time to chat. I can learn all about where you're moving from, what you're looking for here, or maybe if you're just moving from Boise into Eagle, how that process would look, and things like that. We can help you figure out where the best place is going to be for your lifestyle and what your goals are. Okay, so now let's get back to the video. Something that I was looking forward to in a place was true 4 seasons. I personally love having the changing seasons and winter as long as we're not getting 5+ feet of snow every other week, but in Eagle that definitely won't happen. But I still like how we can build snowman a few times a year, we can go sledding. Eagle has a very distinct 4 seasons. So fall and spring are beautiful, it's a great time to get outside. Summers are hot but very manageable in my opinion. We're a desert climate, so it cools down at night, and we're a dry heat, not a humid heat, because I cannot hang in humid heat. Dry heat though, I can do. And winters are pretty mild for the most part, but it really just depends on the year. But if I want more snow, I just pop up to McCall, and then you have just endless snow. It's awesome. There's great skiing, awesome snowmobiling, just to take the kids out and run around the golf course, which they plow and pave the trails on. They can run around there, they can jump in the snow, you can build 10 feet snowman. It's just a lot of fun to have that close. But the weather though is something that I really appreciate about Eagle. So something that was on my list and my wife's list in a place that we wanted to move to is it needed to be safe and clean. To be frank, we didn't want to see homeless people on every single corner or people doing drugs when you look down the alley. And that's what we got when we went to downtown Spokane, and we were just tired of it. Eagle and Boise are both incredibly safe and clean. Boise helps the homeless people by giving them resources and programs to help them. They don't have programs to keep you homeless or to help you be homeless. As of July 1st, 2025, Boise enforces a strict ban on public camping and sleeping. This legislation prohibits sleeping in tents, vehicles, or any public property, and it requires police to enforce the ban without needing to check for shelter availability. For me, I personally enjoy the stricter laws. I am all for giving them help, giving them all the programs they need to help. However, I don't want to enable them to be homeless. And I feel like Idaho and Boise and Eagle are almost finding that sweet balance. It's really, really hard to find, but I feel like the laws that Eagle and Boise have are setting the precedent of, hey, this is not going to be okay. Here's the programs. If you want help, go here to get the help, but we're not going to do this. And it's something that I just really enjoy about the area, and I love how safe Eagle feels. So the other huge draw to Eagle is the neighborhoods. I want to live in a neighborhood where we can walk out the front door and walk to the park or the trails and just go play outside. And boy, does Eagle check that box, and then it takes it a step further. The communities here have this resort style feel. There's pools, pickleball courts, clubhouses, golf courses, playgrounds, probably even more pools in your community, and possibly even organic gardens in your neighborhood. This is something I have not seen many towns have, especially when you pop down and you can live on the Boise River. You have your community pool, you can pop out your door and walk on all the trails right on the river. It's just something that I really, really like is the neighborhoods and the communities in Eagle. So some of the really popular ones right now are Eagledale, Dry Creek Ranch, Mace River Ranch, Terraview, Legacy, and Valnova. So if you are someone who wants an amazing home that's built in these master plan communities, then you will absolutely love Eagle. The other reason why we ended up moving to Eagle is I wanted a place I could raise my kids, then see myself retiring in. I also wanted a place where my kids could stay and build their life if they wanted to. I would not want my kids staying in North Idaho or the Spokane area. We really enjoyed it for a lot of reasons, but I just wouldn't want my kids there long term. I also didn't really want to retire up there either. In Eagle, I would be more than happy to see my kids stay in the Treasure Valley. The job market is only growing, and when you add in the rest of the items I talked about on this list, it really is a great place to live. And I could easily see myself raising my kids here, having the family, building in my community here, and then retiring here as well. I don't have to pack up and move again when I'm 65, 70 years old and then start all over. I have already built my community. So those are my reasons why I wanted to move to Eagle, Idaho from the husband's perspective. I know Rachel plans to make a video for her on her reasons why she wanted to move to Eagle, so make sure you check that one out. I believe it's coming out next week, and if you're watching this a little later, then it should already be out. I have more videos on Eagle and the whole Treasure Valley, so make sure you check out those, and be sure to reach out to us if you are interested in moving. My wife and I would love to talk to you. Oh, and feel free to watch this video here or this video here. I believe I finally got it on the right side, but this is the YouTube algorithm doing its work for you, so if you don't like the video, blame YouTube, not me. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.